Hello everyone and welcome to day 4 of SucceedEng's spoken English course on YouTube. So far in this course we have covered subject and its forms, subject and verb, word order and the present tense. We have covered a lot of ground. In case you've missed anything, I encourage you to check out the previous videos in this course. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Well, this video tells you more than just about the 4 forms of the past tense. It takes a look at the various kinds of everyday usage of the past tense, usually ignored by the conventional grammar lessons. And I can assure you that you would probably never have seen a video which deals with the past tense in such great detail as this one. For the beginners as well as for the advanced learners, this video will be super useful. You'll find that your ability to describe the past tense in English will increase tremendously after watching this video. This video is designed keeping in mind the Hindi speakers, but even native speakers will find food for thought in this video for their grammar. So, let's begin. The past tense. Let's look at a couple of sentences. मैं कल उसको मिलने गया. मैं कल उसको मिलने गया था. Such sentences indicate that the action happened in the past. They carry या, ए, ई, or या था, ए थे, ई थी at the end. The past tense is also supposed to indicate a specific time reference. Mind you, it is supposed to either have it or indicate it. Sometimes the time reference is stated, sometimes it is simply implied. The formula for the simple past tense: if you are translating a positive simple past tense, the formula that you will use is subject plus the second form of the verb, also known as the past form of the verb. And as an example, we have I met him yesterday written just next to the formula. If you are translating a negative sentence of the simple past tense, the formula that you can use is subject plus did not plus the first form of the verb. For example, I did not meet him yesterday. If you're translating an interrogative sentence of the simple past tense, you can use did plus subject plus the first form of the verb. For example, did I meet him yesterday? If you are translating an interrogative negative sentence of the simple past tense, the formula would be did plus subject plus not plus the first form of the verb. For example, did I not meet him yesterday? Alright, let's look at rule 2. वह गाता था. वह हंसा करता था. So such sentences have था था, ते थे, ती थी, or करता था, करते थे, करती थी at the end of the sentence. They indicate a certain habit in the past. The formula for such sentence will be subject plus used to plus the first form of the verb. For example, he used to sing. He used to laugh. Let's look at B of rule 2. वह गाया नहीं करता था. वह खेला नहीं करता था. These are simply the negative forms of the sentences we just discussed. The formula for translating such sentences will be subject plus used not plus infinitive. or subject plus did not use plus infinitive. For example, he used not to sing, or he did not use to play. Let's look at rule 3. Sometimes sentences indicate that the habit was not permanently done in the past. For example, वह मेरे यहाँ कभी कभी आया करता था. If you find that the habit was not permanent but only occasionally done in the past, use would plus the first form of the verb and not used to plus the first form of the verb. For example, he would come to my place occasionally. Now then, you're ready to correct the following sentences. You can pause the video for just a minute and look at what mistakes have been made in these sentences, correct them. Okay, let's look at the answers. Okay, so hope you got them all right. In case you did not, you might just want to look back at the rules we have learned about so far. Let's look at rule 4. A few sentences. तीनों बच्चे रोने लगे. वह उस पर हंसने लगा. Such sentences have ne laga, ne lagi, ne lage at the end. This indicates that the action began in the past. The formula for such sentences will be subject plus began plus infinitive or gerund. And just to recap, infinitive is verb with to, for example, to play, to read, and gerund is verb plus ing, for example, playing or reading, etc. Another way to translate the above two sentences would be using the below formula, that is subject plus started plus infinitive or gerund. Let's look at some examples. The three children began to cry. You can also say the three children began crying. He started to laugh upon him. And you can also say he started laughing upon him. Let's look at rule number 5. हम कुछ देर बैठे रहे. वह कॉलेज में मेहनत करता रहा. In such sentences, there is रहना, रहा, रहे, रही at the end. They indicate that some action continued in the past. Formula for translating such sentences would be subject plus kept plus gerund, subject plus continued plus gerund. For example, we kept sitting for some time, continued working hard in the college. Let's look at rule number 6. वह रोने रोने को था. मैं सोने सोने को था. Such sentences indicate that some action was about to start in the past. Formula for translating such sentences: subject plus was, were, about plus infinitive. For example, he was about to cry. I was about to sleep. Let's look at rule number 7. तुम हारने को थे. वह चिल्लाने को थी. Formula for such sentences: subject plus verb to be plus infinitive. For example, you were to lose. She was to shout. Rule number 8. वह खेलते ही रहा. वे लोग पढ़ते ही रहे. Such sentences indicate that the subject did nothing but a particular action in the past. The formula for translating such sentences will be subject plus did nothing but plus the first form of the verb. For example, he did nothing but play. They did nothing but read. In all such sentences, you can see that we have not used the time reference because the time reference is implied or indicated here. It has not been directly stated. Let's look at rule number 9. मैं सुनता ही तो था, वह काम करता ही तो था. Such Hindi sentences have he to, which indicates that an action has been emphasized. Formula for translating such sentences would be subject plus did plus the first form of the verb. For example, I did listen. He did work. Rule number 10, past imperfect. And when I say past imperfect, I'm referring to past continuous. वह हॉलिडे पे जा रहा था. हम लोग एक सड़क से गुजर रहे थे. Such sentences have raha tha, rahe the, rahi thi at the end. This indicates that some action was going on in the past. We apply the past imperfect formula for such expressions. Subject plus was, were plus V4 or verb plus ing. For example, he was going on a holiday. We were passing by a road. A good to know information here would be that the past imperfect tense is also used to indicate that an action was interrupted by another action in the past. For example, he was going on a holiday when I called him. We were passing by a road when we met him. So an ongoing action in the past which is interrupted by another action is another way in which we can use the past imperfect formula. And again, even if you don't mention the action which interrupted the other action, you can see that there is an indication that somewhere some action was interrupting the action that we are talking about. So he was going on a holiday when something happened. We were passing by a road when something happened. And so on. Okay, let's look at rule number 11, past perfect. प्लेन लैंड होने से पहले मैं एयरपोर्ट पहुंच गया था. Now, there are two actions in the above sentence. The landing of the plane and my reaching the airport. Since the second action, which is my reaching the airport, has happened before the first action, it will be translated in the past perfect tense. It's very crucial for you to understand here that the action which happens first is translated in the past perfect tense. The first action in the above sentence, that is the landing of the plane, since it has happened after the second action, will be translated in the past indefinite tense or the simple past tense. So here is how you would make the above sentence. I had reached the airport before the plane landed. So the formula for the past perfect tense is subject plus had plus the third form of the verb. And do remember that the past perfect tense indicates that an action happened before another action in the past. Therefore, if there is only one action mentioned in the sentence, translate it in the past indefinite form or the simple past tense. Let's look at rule number 12, past perfect continuous. वह जीतता रहा था, वे हंसते रहे थे. Such sentences have आ रहा था, आ रहे थे, ए रहे थे at the end. They indicate that the action continued in the past and then ended. Such expressions are translated in the present perfect continuous form. The formula for the past perfect continuous: subject plus had been plus the fourth form of the verb. Let's look at another aspect of rule number 12. वह बहुत दिनों तक अस्वस्थ रहा था. गांधी जी कई दिनों तक भूखे रहे थे. Such sentences have an adjective or a noun before raha tha, rahe the, rahi thi. Formula for such sentences would be subject plus had been plus noun or adjective. For example, he had been unfit for many days. Gandhiji had been hungry for many days. One of the things I see people saying about something like the past perfect continuous tense is that it's not used so much in day-to-day English. But as you can see from these two examples, we use the past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense a lot, uh, like this. So ignoring the past perfect continuous tense wouldn't be a very good idea. Let's look at rule number 13. आपने उसे सुना होगा, वह आ गया होगा. So such sentences indicate more possibility and less doubt about an action happening in the past. Formula for translating such sentences: subject plus may have plus the third form of the verb. For example, you may have heard him, or he may have come. Rule number 14. वह मारा गया होता, उसने हमें ड्रॉप कर दिया होता. So such sentences indicate that action which was to happen in the past did not happen. Formula for translating such sentences: might plus perfect infinitive. And all I mean by perfect infinitive is that you use might and then have plus the third form of the verb. For example, he may have given us a drop. And sometimes we need to use a passive form of a passive form for the sentence. As you can see in the first sentence, वह मारा गया होता, we have not really mentioned the subject in the first sentence. The subject is passively mentioned, so we have used the passive form of the perfect infinitive there by using a been with have. So he might have been killed. Okay, so now ready to fill in the blanks with a word from the box that you can see right there on the slide. So I want you to take a minute here, pause the video, and fill in the blanks with the correct word from the box above. Alright, so that's all folks. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe. This helps us to bring more such content to you and help you to gain new heights in the English language. Until next time, bye-bye.